Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to all the Hakim over there that's doing the work. With sincerity and charity with humiliation all across the four winds. To you I salute. This is the brother Yahshua Wumbo from the GMS Bahamas camp. Back at you with a brief lesson. Spiritual hydration. And I want to entitle this lesson, right? The vessel is often worth more than the contents, right? And what brought that about? I was going through my posts, like my timelines, and somebody sent a picture of a bucket for sale, right? They sent the price of the bucket, and I remember in times past I needed a bucket, and I was actually looking on prices of buckets, and I said, well, man, that's a decent price, for a bucket, right? And it costs about $15. And they say, man, when I told them that's a decent price, they sent me back, what? That's expensive, that's a lot. I could buy a bucket of joint compound for about $15 more or $10 more, right? So I say to them, think about this. Yeah, you could buy that bucket of joint compound, but if you have nothing to use it on, what use is it, right? And let's say you do buy it and you use part of it and you need an empty bucket. What you going to do with that joint compound? You either going to pour it out or you going to waste it, and it's going to harden. And yet you still don't have an empty, clean bucket, right? And when you think about it, if the bucket costs about $15 and the joint compound costs $23, that means the joint compound only costs about $8 because you're spending about $15 for the bucket itself. So the content, the vessel actually worth more than the content of what's in it in some cases. Just like how the elder brother brought out in a lesson a while back. You can see people walking around with barrels full of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, when in actuality the barrel is worth more in value than the paper money that's in it. And when you think of that, when we put that in spiritual terms, right? We have the heathens out there and the other nations out there that the Most High regard as spittle, right? Let's get that precept. Let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and 56. It says, as for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. You see that? So the Most High regard them as nothing, and the vessel actually has more worth than them. Their husk, their physical body, their husk is worth more than their spirit. And Esau has the saying they consider them worthless eaters. Yeah, and they call them useless eaters. Same thing. They worth more. Their parts are worth more than their spirit. And it's so interesting that how these things how physical things could be made manifest into spiritual things. Let's get another precept, right? Whereas we can use these vessels again, and you wouldn't put something valuable in an old vessel, right? Let's get Matthew chapter 9. This is Yahushua speaking. Matthew chapter 9 and 17, right? Which says, Salakia. Let's start from verse 16. It says, no man putteth a piece of new cloth unto an old garment. For that which is put in to fill it up taketh the garment, and the rent is made worse. So when you put something new onto something old, it can ruin the whole thing. Verse 17. Neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottles break and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish. But they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved. Gone. So if you have valuable, this on the opposite end now. If you have a valuable substance, you wouldn't put it inside into an old vessel or something that's not firm, not solid, because then you risk ruining both. You risk ruining both. So oftentimes we could find that the vessel is worth more than the contents, and then oftentimes both go hand in hand. There's another example, right? Let's say we have our swords, our Bibles, right? We have all our precepts mapped out inside it, right? That's ours. And we also have the precepts within our inward parts, right? If you was to lose your sword, the one that you use daily, the one that you use, often, if you was to lose that one, you would feel some type of way about that. You would feel some type of way about it. But the contents within it is the most valuable thing, right? But because the vessel, you were so used to using that vessel, you would feel some type of way when you lose it. Same thing as, let's say, with in the carnal sense, with Esau and their books. Some of them covered the book so much that they never even open it, right? And to them it worth a lot. They never even open it, but the contents of it is garbage. Let's say, for instance, those Harry Potter books or whatever those out there, right? They worth thousands of dollars, some of them, but the spiritual knowledge inside them, according to the Most High, is worthless. You see? So oftentimes the vessel is worth more than the contents. But that was just a quick observation, hydration that the Spirit put on me to share with you, Akim. Let's be vigilant in knowing at the time what actually is worth more at the time. Even when it comes down to our everyday life, we have to understand, we have to use wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to determine what at that time is worth more. The word trumps everything. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai trumps everything. So we have to put him first in all things. You see? But we want to give all praise to the Most High Power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash, Rakatam and Shalom Akim, Kwame Asherallah.